You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got some figures in here that certainly supports the case that Caitlin Clark is the one that not only moved the needle, but possibly broke the needle off in the WNBA, because the numbers are in for the month of May, and the WNBA had its biggest month of May in 26 years. Also, there's new viewership records everywhere. Guys, that would be referred to as the Caitlin Clark effect. We will also touch on the fact that it looks like it might be a possibility that Caitlin Clark ends up as one of the Olympic alternates. Now, if that means somebody can't play, maybe they elevate her. I don't know how that's going to end up working out, but we'll take a look at it nonetheless. The WNBA's 28th season is off to a roaring start. After an opening month that made headlines everywhere, the W announced Monday that approximately 400,000 fans attended games in May, the largest attendance in 26 years. The last time so many fans packed arenas to the WNBA was in 1999, and the league was entering its just third season. The league's early growth doesn't stop there. Across ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, and CBS, WNBA games are averaging 1.32 million. That's absurd. That's a number that I don't think the WNBA or anybody in their right mind thought this league would ever see. Nearly tripling last season's average of 462,000. Are we getting the reasons why this young lady should have been on the Olympic team? To grow the sport? I mean, this is not rocket science. The Fever's games on May 14th, 18th, 20th, all set viewership records for the respective networks as their most watched WNBA games of all time. Opening night game, May 14th, averaged 2.12 million on ESPN2. May 18th, averaged 1.71 million on ABC. May 20th, averaged 1.56 million on ESPN. Quote, "What's happening now in women's basketball is a confirmation of what we've always known. The demand is there, and women's sports is a valuable investment." Stop that. It's not something you've always known. You finally got the Michael Jordan level brand walk into women's sports. I mean, that's just all there is to it. This is all new. Let's not get confused. WNBA Chief Growth Officer Collie Edison said in a news release, "We're encouraged by the growing engagement across all verticals, especially as we welcome new and diverse audiences into our fandom." Look, at least they acknowledged and recognized the new audiences. The WNBA continues to experience sustained growth as our league embraces this heightened momentum. Yeah, we'll see whether or not it came to a crashing halt with Caitlin Clark not being added to the U.S. women's basketball team. Merchandise sales are up 236% over 2023. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Cameron Brent ranking in the top 5 for jersey sales. WNBA League Pass subscriptions more than tripled in the first 2 weeks of the season, with the average minutes watched in league, the highest average minutes watched in league history. League Pass subscriptions for the month of May were up 335%. WNBA arenas were filled to an average of 94% capacity, up 17% from last year. Wow. So obviously, in all those big viewership ratings that I gave you, those were all Caitlin Clark games. So anybody believing she's not the one moving the needle, I don't know what you need to see. I don't know what's left to show you at this point. So there is now a report out that Caitlin Clark may be on the Olympics alternate list roster. Now, you got to wonder, was she on there to begin with, or was this because of backlash? The Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark and Connecticut Sun's Brianna Jones are the top 2 alternates for the United States women's basketball team ahead of the 2024 Summer Olympics, according to Sham Sharana of The Athletic and Stadium. Sharana said Monday on FanDuel's TV Run It Back that Clark or Jones would be the first in line if a replacement is needed. Boy, it's going to be very interesting to see which one they pick. I mean, man, if they go with Jones over Clark, the shitstorm will start all over again. It will. Clark's omission from the 12-player squad has sparked plenty of discussion in the days since. Nah, it exploded. Critics of the decision pointed to her massive popularity and how much she may have drawn more attention to Team USA and women's basketball as a whole. Leaving Caitlin Clark off the Olympic team is terrible for NBC Sports. I said that, which is paying billions for U.S. TV rights. I said when that story broke Saturday morning, my first thing was if I was NBC Sports, I would be livid, absolutely furious that the number 1 draw in women's sports, and especially in women's basketball, did not get put on this team. They pay billions of dollars for TV rights. She would have absolutely supercharged Olympic TV audiences the way she did in college and now in the pros. I think it would have been the highest rated Team USA ratings probably since some of those NBA dream teams. Short-sighted doesn't begin to describe the decision. Absolutely. Absolutely. I fully agree with that sentiment. Absolutely. So we'll have to see now. This is going to be interesting. Will she end up making the team? Because we know, we talked about it in my last video, Chelsea Gray, she hasn't played in quite some time, but yet, for whatever reason, she's on this team. We've also gone over some of the statistical values in which Caitlin Clark's among league leaders in various categories. So, statistically speaking, this was not a charity case. Okay? She deserved to make it on basketball merit, right? One could argue over somebody like Diana Taurasi, who's a dinosaur. I mean, literally, she's a T-Rex running around out there. Short arms and all. Caitlin Clark would have energized the entire sport. I think the entire Olympics. All of a sudden, you had an event. You would have an event in the Olympics that would become must-watch television, and they denied sports fans of that. It's ridiculous. It is terrible. By the way, it's 4:23 p.m., Caitlin Clark comes on in just over an hour and a half Central Time, 6 p.m. Central, against the Connecticut Sun. It's going to be interesting what kind of numbers. Christy Sides came out and said that Caitlin Clark told her they have woke up a monster. That was coming off a monstrous game from Friday night. I think it was 38-6-4. I'm very interested to see how she follows that up. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.